You're heading back to San Antonio on a Sunday from Austin. You went to the UT game, you saw some friends, you had a great time. You opened Google Maps to put in your navigation for home. You know you want to stop for some food, maybe take in a peek or store or two along the way. But where do you go? And who has the best deals? Well, with Coupingo, you can now see deals and discounts ahead of time. Hi, I'm Lexi Ramirez, Chief of Communications at Coupingo.
Hi, I'm James Schnoblin, Chief of Strategy and Finances at Coupingo.
I'm Patrick Maloney, Chief of Sales here at Coupingo.
I'm Christopher Scott, Chief of Operations here at Coupingo. Coupingo is a mobile app and website that integrates with Google Maps to provide discount deals along your route. Businesses will pay a monthly subscription fee based on the number of coupons we distribute for them.
We are trying to solve the problem of people missing out on deals beforehand because they weren't alerted about them. And also, on many other discount apps and websites, the offers are often very cluttered and not personalized for the user. We are targeting tech-savvy users ranging from the ages 16 to 65 who want good deals and a personalized experience.
Coupingo will be available for free on the App Store and on our website, where businesses will be able to access their accounts through our web portal. They will also be able to pay their subscription fees based through that web portal.
So as of right now, we are currently developing a prototype app. And if you look at the screen above, we have a hypothetical route and some of our deals weaved in between your route. One of our main competitors happens to be Groupon, and what we found out is that Groupon struggles to utilize any real mapping system, so it makes it really hard for users to kind of plan savings when they're driving somewhere. We also have two indirect competitors, and they happen to be Honey and Rokuton. Honey specifically saves you money when you go on websites, and Rokuton uses a complex cashback system that seems to just complicate things for the users.
The unique value proposition of Coupingo is that we will put pre-populated markers for businesses that you frequent along your route and personalize the experience to prevent a spam of coupons that you don't have an interest in seeing. We are also trying to give as much exposure as possible to local businesses. Our goal is to bring back customers to brick and mortar businesses.
When calculating our total addressable market, we found that around 17 million small businesses across the United States currently have an existing customer loyalty program. If each of these businesses purchased a yearly Coupingo subscription at $20 a month or $240 a year, we would have a revenue of about $4 billion. For our serviceable addressable market, we focus just on the San Antonio area. There are currently 32,000 businesses around the San Antonio area that offer existing customer loyalty programs. If each of these businesses purchased a yearly Coupingo subscription, we would have a revenue of about $7.6 million. For our market sizing, we focused on something more realistic for our first year. We estimated that we could capture 160 businesses who join our platform after year one, leaving us with a revenue of about $38,000. But keep in mind, this is only 0.5% of our SAM of 32,000 businesses, so we still have ample room to grow.
When selling our services to businesses, we plan to meet on a face-to-face basis, but also build a worldwide community through the use of social media, specifically Facebook and Instagram. But we also plan to build a local community through local publishers like MySA and SA Current.
So our current pricing model consists of, number one, the $20 a month subscription fee that businesses will pay to be on our platform, as well as, secondly, the $50 per 1,000 impressions that businesses will pay for extra advertising on our platform. So we project a year one revenue, as already mentioned, of about $38,000. We also project a year one growth rate of about 50%. For year two, we project a higher growth rate of 75% and a higher revenue of about $57,600. We feel that though these growth rates may be high, they're conservative given the high growth rates that Groupon had when it was initially starting out. So we plan on testing coupon usage at local businesses. We are already in contact with 3 local businesses, including Lula's Mexican Restaurant downtown, Local Coffee, and the Impeccable Pig, both located on Broadway. This is a combination of retail, a cafe, and a full-service restaurant, so we feel we can have a good test for Coupingo. We will distribute 40 coupons for each business. These will be physical coupons. Businesses will collect the coupons once they have been redeemed in store, so we will be able to track the number of coupons used.
Our goal is to have a 20% redemption rate across all 3 test businesses. So as you can see, here's a timeline for the next couple of months. On February 10th, we plan on starting our test run with these 3 businesses, and a month later, we plan on ending this test run. 10 days later, we plan to get our first monthly subscriptions with these 3 businesses and make our first $60.
So our pricing, our costs for our MVP consists of two main things. The first is marketing. We're asking for $75 for 250 business cards, as well as $75 for 250 Coupingo stickers. We're really trying to spread our message at this early stage. The second is the cost of our website. We're asking for $100 for a WordPress website template, as well as $150 for consulting fees for our WordPress website. We feel that building a great website will be a great way to entice businesses to join our platform. Also, we're asking for $100 for the laminated coupon cards that we will distribute during our MVP.
Therefore, we are asking for $500 to successfully test out our MVP.
So I hope we drove you to invest with us today.
So I love all this. I mean, your hook at the beginning was really good. The what's under our feathers. I love all that. It's great. I'm curious about. Are y'all familiar with one of the competitors you did not mention was Retail Me Not? So how do y'all think about being different from Retail Me Not?
So Retail Me Not, I know they have minimal mapping features. They also don't personalize deals as much as we plan to.
Okay.
And we are planning on like pre-populating the businesses along your route. So if you say you're going to the Spurs game, we want to show you businesses and restaurants along the route that meet your profile. They don't offer that currently. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. The other thing that I've seen with Retail Me Not, look, if you can, I think a couple other things, like a lot of their deals are still on their website, but they don't work anymore. Like if you can actually be working with these businesses to figure out, to make sure that the coupons that are showing up actually still work. A lot of people have a lot of frustration with that with Retail Me Not. And the other thing that I like about what you all are talking about, I don't think Retail Me Not does restaurants. I may be wrong about that, but you think about people driving, a lot of times what they want to stop for is food. So that's a place where y'all could maybe specialize, but also the local business thing too. I think Retail Me Not mostly does like big box stores, Kohl's and Best Buy and that kind of stuff. And so I like the approach of the local business. How can you all really serve them? So I think those are some things as you all continue to develop this idea is how can you be different from something like that. They do have some mapping features. So how is your mapping feature different from that too? And that was a good answer, but how can you develop that out even more?
Mike, do you want to go? So first of all, I actually really like I like your logo and your name a lot. It's really well done. That's sometimes the hardest thing to do. So that was really good. So I heard a lot of focus on local businesses, but this is also kind of a direct to consumer play as well, right? You have to drive awareness to the end user. The end user's got to download the app. It's got to be aware. It's got to have it either always on. Give that app permission to engage with the mapping tie-in that you're from a software standpoint. So what? Have you given thought on how do you get the end user to download the app and to use it? I mean, you talked about your social media awareness campaign, right? Tell me about the end user. I get it on the businesses. Like, how does Henry know to go download Coupingo and to turn it on or to use it?
So our website, we're actually building it right now. We're in the process of it. And so we were actually hoping that people would view our website and really take a liking to it. And we would offer deals on the website too and really promote our app, because the app is what integrates with Google Maps to like show your mapping and stuff. And so we were thinking that the first step is the website, and then they see how the website works and how much they like it and download the app to have an easier experience.
How do they know to go to the website?
think that we'll drive them through the website through social media advertising as we grow. We also think that we'll push like publishing our story because like this will be an interesting product. So we'll reach out to like Patrick mentioned earlier, like SA Current and My SA to publish our story and like spread awareness about our brand. We really want to like maybe we can offer some large deals that could entice customers to like join our platform initially. So we're really going to focus on deals that people will like in this area to show them that these are businesses that they will like would visit, and then maybe those can incentivize them to join our platform.
Yes, I mean, I would just encourage you guys really spend some time thinking about that and talking about it, because the market is littered with skeletons of companies that did not figure out how to get a great message and a great app to the end user. But there's also some really good success stories of how people did it and did it really well, whether they're using Instagram influencers, whether it's this hyper local sort of viral marketing push that's there, travel routes. I mean, you focus on the I-35 corridor. Just spend a lot of time thinking about the end user and how to get them engaged and aware. That's the number one thing you do. The rest of it all makes sense.
You guys, I'm going to agree. I love the marketing and the name. Great job on that. And a great presentation, by the way. I think there are a number of different business structures here. You guys are right now focused on direct-to-consumer. But when I think about the user experience, a lot of people want to get to the Spurs game. Are they thinking about coupons, or are they thinking about directions? If they're thinking about directions and a map, they're probably thinking about Google Maps. They're probably thinking about Waze. They're thinking about getting there. There's another idea here for you guys to really potentially be kind of an add-on for those guys. One of the things that that I hear you doing is getting real specific with maybe local couponing, doing some things that are on the street that are very hard for, a Google Maps or a Waze, who are really focused on mapping. It's really hard for them to go out and focus on coupons. Likewise, you've got, the Groupons out there who are doing, they're throwing a very large net. So there's something here that might be more of a B2B. There's something, there's some other business structures you might try to explore and actually exploit the reach of some of these other large mapping softwares. Not necessarily go out and become another map focused on couponing, possibly come up under their umbrella and say, hey, we've got something for you to add to your map to make the user experience better for them, and we're going to do things you wouldn't be able to do. And basically draft.
Just out of curiosity, so on MVP night, right, or the final pitch, if you guys make it, what do you anticipate showing that would show us that this works?
Well, like we explained earlier, we are partnering up with local businesses, so hopefully by then we can actually show some numbers and usage of our service through these local businesses. So, I mean, by then we estimate we will have something to show, some real numbers and concrete facts.
And also, we work with proto.io to make our prototype and everything. And on the actual proto.io, you can tap and see the rundown of the app and see how it actually works. There's just no coding behind it or anything.
So I think what would be helpful during your MVP period is to actually test and figure out which means are going to pull people in. So to track, if you advertise Facebook, how do or how you're going to put some structure around getting people familiar and wanting to use the app. I'm not sure that MVP testing actually, that's what I'm struggling a little bit with, is does your MVP testing really test your concept? That's the only concern I have.
So people are using it, but it's how are you going to grade that?
At this initial stage, I know we really wanted to do digital, but like due to like safety reasons, we feel that like physical coupons was the best way to go like at this point. But like later on, we're hoping to like those will all be distributed through our app. And for this MVP testing, we will track, obviously, we're distributing a fixed amount and we'll be able to track that. We plan on distributing to people in the area, and I think we will write down their name and their information so we can get a better understanding of like if they use their coupon, like how their experience went and that sort of thing to get feedback.
I think you are going to have to address the safety question, whoever brought that up, because I mean, if you envision using the app, right, you're coming back from the UT game, so now you're coming down I-35, and the way the app's going to have to work is you're going to get like geofenced, right, and then it's going to pop up a badge notification, so the phone's going to get a push notification based on where you're driving, right, and it's going to notify you that, hey, you're 5 miles from Buc-ee's, you know, here's a coupon for whatever, right? But that's going to be a badge notification on the phone while you're using the map while you're driving. So just you got to be able to address that, because maybe it's here's 3 badges, but you can't see them until you stop. But then that brings up another issue. So that safety issue you're going to have to address, because the phone's going to be real busy, you know, telling you where these coupons are en route while you're driving, and that's just something you're going to have to address.
And our idea to combat that was kind of to like show the user the deals on their route beforehand in order to
How
like.
does it know the route?
That is a really great point, but we were planning on you putting in the address that you're going to and then the pre-populated markers of the businesses that you do. Like
yeah, so actually that is a good idea. I mean, that if you're saying I'm going home, then the app's running in the background, it knows your route, and then it pre-populates, hey, in your route, there's these 4 coupons. You can't access them until you stop, but you sort of mentally make a note. Oh, well, there's $3 pizza at Pizza Hut. I got a car full of kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to go use that. So that needs to be your answer right there. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
So tell me, I want to understand your revenue model a little bit more. So right now, what you're talking about is $20 a month subscription for the business.
That's correct.
Okay.
$20 a month subscription.
Any revenue coming in from the user side, or is it all from the business?
Well, later on, like once we build up a large user base, most of our revenue we're hoping to be from like advertising, obviously.
Okay.
But at this point, it's going to be from the businesses. Yes.
Okay. So I love the ad piece in there too. You all may want to consider too. Look, that seems like a really low subscription fee to me for a business. It may be a place that you start, but it seems really low. The other thing you could think about is it a percentage of sales as well, right? For the percentage of the sales that you all drive to that business, do you get a cut of that? Or maybe it's both of those. Maybe it's a subscription plus a percentage of sales. I think there's more ways, actually, for you all to start layering on more revenue for your business. And the other thing for you all to think about, which is further down the road, but it may be something if you get to pitch night that you may want to talk about, is sort of what's next, is you all are going to be collecting some very interesting data off your platform too that could be used, that you can monetize in some other way too. I don't know exactly what that is yet, but it may be something for you all to think about, is what is the value in the data that we're creating through your platform.
We'll definitely think about that. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good job.